Mentors Lingerie is on Mineral Point Road, and it is owned by a national award-winning designer, a very talented woman, Tia Lynn, and she is going to be on our program today. We've got her right here in Madison. We're so lucky. And we also have Dr. Ashley Woyak with Forward Natural Medicine here in Madison, and we're so lucky to have her too, because if you're dealing with health problems, there oftentimes is a natural way to solve for them, not just cover them up. We're going to learn a little bit more about that. Dr. Ashley is here with a patient, Jessica. We're going to learn a little bit about her journey. Thanks so much for you both being here today.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
Always nice to see you, Dr. Ashley, and a pleasure to have you, Jessica. We're going to talk a little bit first before we kind of run through what Jessica was going through about how things are going right now with COVID. We kind of got to touch on that a little bit here.
Yeah, so still seeing patients in my office, which has been great, just following the Dane County protocols, trying to space patients out so I can sanitize, things like that. But offering telehealth, of course, via video or phone for patients who just don't feel comfortable coming in yet.
That's a really nice option so that you can still help people. If you want to stay safe at home, you can do that. That's a nice thing to do. And sometimes cuts down on the commute is nice as well. So Jessica, let's talk a little bit about you and your journey. So you were dealing with some symptoms that, of course, Dr. Ashley was able to help with, but let's start there. What were you experiencing?
Yeah, so the big two for me were headaches and fatigue. And I had noticed that the headaches were coming regularly about once a month and getting progressively worse. And concurrently, I realized my energy levels were just plummeting, and I would get to a certain point in the day and just not have any more steam to finish things out.
I think a lot of us can relate to those symptoms, and what's interesting about that, and something I talked with Dr. Ashley about regularly, is oftentimes our response to that is taking over-the-counter medication or drinking more caffeine, but there's a better way so that you can actually solve for some of these problems. So let's talk about your approach to care and what makes it different from other doctors.
Yeah, definitely. So, and in Jessica's case, she's had these symptoms for years, and things just weren't getting better. So, when patients come in my office, see me, I'm trying to figure out, okay, why is this happening? What are the underlying issues? And if possible, through doing, testing and getting a really good history, can we treat it in a more holistic way? If I thought medications were required, I'd be totally fine with that and work with a primary care doctor. But at least, in Jessica's case, we're able to fix things more naturally, address some hormones, some deficiency things we found, and that really helped. So
probably life-changing to find out that nothing's really wrong with me. I don't need to be tired all the time and slumping through my day and dealing with regular headaches. So let's talk a little bit about your care journey. What has that looked like for you?
So it started off as a little bit of humor in our kitchen, looking like lots and lots of bottles full of supplements and a little Sharpie marker on top of how many each day in a little basket by the sink. And my kids would be like, here she goes again.
Oh my gosh.
Powder in this and, scoop that in my smoothie. It's gotten to be a little bit easier because it's been a routine now for probably about 9 months. So I'm still taking the same supplement regimen, and it's just part of my day. It just fits right in.
And how about, just in terms of your sort of, if I can call it, recovery from what you were dealing with, from fatigue and from headaches? How are you feeling?
Amazing. And it was so fast. That was the surprising part for me. I didn't expect things to take such a drastic turn. But within just a couple of weeks, I could tell I had my energy back, and the headaches are just gone. They just don't come anymore.
Yeah. And, this is something that I touch on every time we talk, but I'm really interested in it and passionate about what you're doing here, because there's millions of Americans taking over-the-counter drugs to try and feel better, or pumping themselves full of caffeine to try and get more energy. And to find out that there is a better way to actually get to the root cause, feel like yourself again, or maybe better than you've ever felt and didn't know you could feel so good. So let's talk about how how Jessica got started, or how viewers at home can get started. What does that look like with you?
So actually Jessica came in from a referral from her chiropractor that I know, so that was great. But I always do, we started out with, and I always offer free consultations in my office, just so I can get a feel of what's going on with my patient. They kind of know what to expect from me on my end, and kind of go from there. So.
Yeah, and that is really nice, because if you're wondering if this might be something that is for you, if Dr. Ashley could possibly help you, you can get some information without investing any money. I was going to say little money, but without investing any money, and just at least kind of learn what the process might look like before you dive into, you know, however many pill supplement bottles you have on the counter.
Just a few.
I love that. That's cute. That's funny. But what an amazing difference that can make in your life and has made in Jessica's life. So thanks for sharing your story, Jessica. Thanks for being here, Dr. Ashley.
Yeah, thank you
Thank
for
you.
having us.
We'll be right back with more after the break here on Wisconsin Women.